Alrighty, so today we are going to be checking out some 10th anniversary related content, and that is going to be the buffs for previous anniversary units. Now, we have a pretty massive set of buffs for some characters that we are going to be looking at today. You know, usually I don't do gameplay and showcases, but I just want to show this off for players that potentially have these characters. Just realize what's on the right side of the screen. It's going to put that away. But we've got some stuff going on here, right? We've got Super Saiyan 4 Goku and the Year 3 LRs have these massive attack and defense buffs as well as guaranteed crit buffs. So these characters right here, they are going to be looking very, very impressive. So what I want to do is take them into an event. Now, keep in mind, I guess one thing I forgot to show, if we go to the builds, these guys are all going to have exclusive category or like EX skill orbs, right, for being yearly anniversary units. So they are also going to have those additional buffs as well. So let's go ahead and take them into, I don't know, let's do like, let's do Red Zone Kid Buu. How's that sound? Just something that's kind of difficult. No, because he nullifies supers. We won't be able to see the true extent of the damage. How do I want to do this? Now, I don't even know what event I want to go into. Sure, let's do... No. Goku and Frieza will be a little bit toxic, I think. Let's do Red Zone Beast Gohan. Not Red Zone, Blue Zone Beast Gohan. This will be a good little event for this, right? So what we're going to be running them on is going to be the Kamehameha team. You guys can see here is how we're going to be rocking with it. Should be fairly simple to set this up, and we can get going. So we're going to have two of them on rotation together. So let's see, how is this going to look in practice? Now, I have seen screenshots of their start of turn defense, and it is pretty impressive. And yeah, they're both over 1 million defense start of turn. Now, I know that might seem like, which it is, by the way, in terms of like buffs for characters, like that might seem ludicrous just to look at. But what you guys have to keep in mind is the fact that 1 million defense, and please don't take this as me being negative. It's just in the 2024 meta, 1 million defense doesn't survive supers, right? And it's just kind of how the game works now. I'm going to do this. We're not going to be able to really set them up too well for key here, but this should work just fine, just to see how it goes. But again, like with the way these characters are taking supers now, so this will be a really good example, right? Unless they dodge it, which they didn't. Like, okay, he just doesn't hit very hard, but 18 million there with just a regular attack stat. That's a realistic situation for this character. Key is a bit of an issue for them, so do keep that in mind. I think that was a pretty realistic scenario. And now we're going to be looking at Vegito, and they are over 15 million. So they are just kind of up to par with modern characters now in terms of attack stats. So I guess we're 3 minutes into this video, but one thing you guys have to know is that these buffs are not permanent, right? These just aren't like the way these characters are going to be until the game is over. This is just something temporary in celebration of the 10th anniversary. So if potentially you need to get a couple category missions done for something, or you need to clear an event, this is going to be the time to do it if you have these characters, because these characters are not going to look any better moving forward, right? This is until like, unless we get into the super easy A range, which is just not like a topic for this video, because that could be any time, right? That super easy A for these characters, in my opinion, is pretty far off, right? We are not to the range where yearly anniversary LRs are in the market for a super easy A. We're literally talking about characters like Dokkan Fest STR Broly, who came out during literally the Stone Ages, right? So we don't really need to start thinking about like, oh, how's this character going to look with an easy A, or how's that character going to look with a super easy A? That's just not where we're at right now. So now that we've done that, we've gotten 2 turns out of the way. We're going to be able to move into the next phase here once we're probably once Gohan's done attacking. But once we're done with Gohan attacking, we're going to be able to see how Super Saiyan 4 Goku looks. This is going to be with a little bit of support coming in from the trio, if I'm not mistaken, just because we have some movie heroes running around. But here we are. We've got Key with this character isn't going to be as much of an issue as it is with the other ones because of this. So Goku is at 1 million defense flat, and keep in mind he has a chance to counter a super potentially. So that could be helpful as well. Now, I think one issue with specifically this setup that we were trying to run is just Key is going to be a massive issue, right? So right there for Vegito wasn't, but you can see these attack stats are way up, like 28 million right there on with a guaranteed crit from a character that Easy 8 in 2022. That is really, really good, right? So what you have to also know about Super Saiyan 4 Goku is his defense is actually going to double off of super attack, right? Because he has the massively raises, which is a 100% raise to their defense. So do keep that in mind. but Gohan is going to nullify these, but defensively, we're good now. Like, they should be able to take the super, and if they don't, they're going to dodge it just like that. So that's going to work out just fine for us. And then 25 million from Vegito. I know they're getting nullified, which is fine. It just gives us time to set other things up, but it is just funny to me how well this works, right? It's pretty crazy. So I guess we'll do the standby, so we have a slot 1 unit right here. Let's float off the trio. Just so I can kind of get them up with one of the Vegitos at one point. I think that's pretty important for this video, or with Gogeta or Vegito. Now, I think one thing that's going to be really important, it's going to be tough to set this up. I need to get the fusion, we have to be under 50% HP 6 turns into a fight. And I know that could be a really tricky setup, but this video is more just to like cover the fact that we have these buffs, right? Like, you don't need to see literally every scenario with these guys. It's just like, hey, we have massive buffs for these characters coming in. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is on top again. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is going to look really good. Are these characters top 5 in the game? Absolutely not. Are these characters way better right now? Absolutely. It's just a nice mix of both, right? So do keep that in mind. Now, with this team, not too worried about it, right? This team is going to be absolutely fine doing the thing that it's doing. We have standby going with Gohan. We've got the trio going. We've got UI Goku running around. We have another Gohan on the team. Like, there's nothing to worry about with these guys. But if they are potentially planning on doing other buffs for anniversary LRs, I would have to look into that, because I don't think they're going to be buffing the 6-year LRs. They definitely don't need it. But that would be really funny if they were getting up to like 50 million attack stats just because of how the game works now. But I forget on if the live stream if they said that they are going to be doing buffs for that, right? It's going to be a little bit tricky. So we shall see, but hopefully someone could take a super here that's going to potentially do some damage to us. I'm not sure who that's going to be. I guess like what I could do right here, I think this could be a risk, like a risk worth taking. Gohan is at 240,000 defense, so this could potentially lose us the run, but I'm not really too concerned with winning this. Like, it's like one of these situations where it's like, if I wanted to win, we easily could. But let's try and get under 50% HP here with Gohan in the front, right? I don't know if it's even going to work. That's going to help. That's going to help. Yep, that'll help for sure. After supering, I doubt it. But that does help us a little bit in terms of what we are trying to get to. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that again, but we can try. Yep, and then he dodged it. So 17 million. It's just kind of seeing all the ranges of attack stats based on key for these guys. Looks good. Yeah, 10 million. Nice. Good damage there. The guarantee crits are nice. And then what are you going to be hitting us here with Gogeta? 23 million. Very nice. Very, very nice. And it's getting nullified just for good measure. Yep, dodge it too. Perfect. We'll take it. Okay, so now what we want to do is keep Vegito on rotation. We'll do this. We'll grab these with you. I'm not trying to heal up right now, so we definitely want to wait a bit. Just trying to set this up. So if you want to... No, you're not going to super because you just supered like 2 seconds ago. And you wouldn't do damage to him anyway. Okay, okay. We're in a bit of a situation here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if we're going to be able to fuse. I'm trying. I am trying. Okay. Yeah, fusing is definitely still going to be tough on these characters, especially when you're running them on endgame like meta setups like this. So I think what's more important to showing you guys like is seeing how the characters work. What's the word, right? With I don't know why I can't talk. Seeing how they're going to work in their most realistic setup, and in this case, it's going to be like this, where you're going to be, like, with these characters, the reality is you're going to be in base most of the time. That's just how the game works, right? When it's this hard to set up the... oh my god, Gohan, what the hell? But when it's this hard to set up a fusion, like, you just have to expect that it's not really going to work. But we'll keep trying. What's his HP at? Yeah, Gohan right there just went X Games mode. Like, I don't know what just happened right there. Alright, who got locked? I think it was, Gohan got locked. Okay, we're gonna skip the standby. Don't really need it. We'll do this. We'll grab these. Then we'll do that. Okay. What is this doing? 20 still, no damage. Yeah, so base form, like, these guys are holding their own, right? Like, against normals and stuff like that, these characters are going to be working out fine. Can they face tank a Goku and Frieza super? Absolutely not. But can they look impressive? I think that is definitely going to be the case. If you want to have some fun with a GT hero team, I think that could work out very well. There's just a lot of potential with this stuff, right? I think that's really good for the game moving forward, just because like these buffs are they're just fun, right? It's nothing too serious. What we can do is Super Saiyan 4 Goku's active skill and see how much that does. Where can we? It doesn't really matter where we put him, right? So let's put him in slot 1. Let's see how much this active does. 15 million. That's a lot more than he usually does. You guys have to remember that. Let's toss him in slot 1, see how he does. Again, key is going to be an issue here, but it's not really the end of the world in this specific run that we are trying to do. Again, this isn't supposed to be like a proper showcase. This is supposed to just be, oh, okay, here we go. This could be a nice little test for us, right? What is this going to do? Yeah, still 1.7. So there's like, you can still get unlucky and lose with these characters, but overall, that's just kind of what I wanted to show really quickly, that these characters did get massive buffs, and you're going to be able to use them in different ways moving forward. But there we have it. Let me know down below what you guys think of these characters. Are you excited for the buffs that they're getting and all that fun stuff? Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next one.